episode. Dead serious. This is the episode I've been looking forward to doing ever since I started hosting Express Lane. And we are going to start things off with actually a run that I do nowhere near as well as our runner, but the man, the myth, the legend that actually taught me Next Machina Death Machine, someone that can legitimately give you greetings from Germany because, well, be nice to him. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning over in Germany. It is Next Machina veteran Eddie Percent with a shiny black Phoenix. Hi, Phoenix.
Hello.
I finally have you in my clutches for the show.
Yeah. So, hello, everyone. This is Next Machina.
Yeah.
This is kind of a modern take of Robotron 2048. 2084. Almost got the wrong number.
Oh, you're fine. With some hints of a certain shmup that follows this too, but we'll get to it.
Yeah. Anyway, in terms of theme, this is kind of like a modern take on Robotron 2084. Oh, this time I got it out. And also a bit of Smash TV.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a mixture of both. If they're like kind of similarities, I'll try to point them out. This is actually a really hard run to commentate too, because everything's happening so fast, especially on this difficulty.
Phoenix, that's why I'm here, to talk and hope and give you heck if you get a shield to start off.
Yeah, we're doing this on Veteran. Veteran is kind of like the quote-unquote highest difficulty before the game changes its rules. Mm-hmm. You see, there's something called Master. This difficulty adds revenge bullets to every enemy you kill, so this is what I mean by before the game changes its rules. It plays a lot different.
But yeah, we're ready to go when you are, good sir.
Yeah. The timing is a bit weird. It starts after the first loading screen, but I'll just give a countdown, and we just started when I hit Veteran.
All right.
So I'm going to start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, Phoenix. I hope you don't get shield.
Yeah, the main objective in this game is to kill all mandatory enemies in each level. And once all mandatory enemies are dead, you can progress to the next level. There are a couple of ways we can save time in this. This is one of the main ways we can save time is by picking the power shot. The power shot is kind of like the rockets in Smash TV. It's piercing. It just kills everything in its path. Difference is this is a charge shot compared to the rockets where it's more like an ammo-based thing.
Ooh, nice. Looking spread.
That's really good. Another way we can save time is there are triggers for waves to spawn faster. Right there you saw me move to a specific spot on the map, and that made the line on the floor started to glow, and that long enemy came out of that. That is an area trigger that will make that enemy spawn earlier. If I didn't go there, the enemy would have taken way longer to spawn, and that's another way we can save time. And the third one is positioning ourselves to the next level, closer to the next level, and then performing the end level dash, which you saw there. There was this visual mess that
voxels, they're voxels.
That closes in onto your character, and if you time the circles when they're overlapping, you get a dash that makes the transition a bit faster. One thing you also see is enemies die next to me and behind me, even though I'm aiming the power shot in the complete opposite way. That is because it has this bubble when I charge, and that bubble also explodes around me, which
Yeah. What's actually really
also deals damage. So
Tony lost much really.
if I position myself in certain ways, I can actually make these clears even more efficient by taking out enemies behind me, next to me, or whatever. Then we have the upgrades. The upgrades are permanent in this. There's the shield. The shield is just a second hit. In this game, the rule is if you get hit, you're dead. Level restarts, if it's a boss fight. Then there's the weapon range and the weapon spread. Spread is pretty much just a spreader from Smash TV, but permanent. Oh, I didn't even know there's a drop.
I can talk about this for you while you get ready for the boss fight. So,
Yes.
of different power-ups, the one that Phoenix specifically chose was the sword. Now, in shmups, specifically this one, the sword is garbage, except in one very specific instance, this boss battle. Beamtron doesn't move, it just spins around and takes a lot of damage from the sword. So Phoenix grabs the sword, does some dash. Uh-oh.
I was in a spot that I wasn't used to.
Fair. So, yeah, he's able to dash through Beamtron, do a whole bunch of damage with Dash Explosion, wail on it with the sword, and get through in an absolutely blazing time. Phoenix, please.
So I wasn't finished with the power-ups yet, but there's already so much more to mention. Like this room. This room is, in my opinion, one of the hardest rooms to clear in the entire game. We got a bad weapon crate that's already fantastic.
That's not surprising there.
Yeah, I got a pretty bad pattern here. I lost like 3 seconds just to the RNG. This is probably the room with the most hit secret level I know.
Listen,
I am aware of.
I resemble that remark, Phoenix. I hate that level.
There are like certain enemies that will chase after the humans. I haven't mentioned those yet. It doesn't matter. Anyway, this is a cool clear.
Yeah. This is also one of my favorite levels in World 2.
This is just Pip's favorite room. Oh wow, I missed one. But yeah, I still haven't finished the upgrades. There's triple dash. That one just gives you 3 dashes. And then the upgrade that, in my opinion, makes this game very unique, the dash explosion. The dash explosion can one-shot every large enemy you encounter. Wow, that was a mess.
That's fine.
And it also does a lot of damage to bosses. So we're going to use that.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of times where Phoenix will repeatedly dash into a boss, so you're probably like, what the fluff? Oh, that's why. He's using Dash Explosion to do epic amounts of damage to those bosses.
Yeah, like this run is mostly, there are like a bunch of like very subtle things that you may not notice if you've never run this game yourself.
Agreed.
Like there are a bunch of subtle things that I'm not even aware of, and then I watch like people that are just starting out that don't clear it the same way. I'm like, oh, that's a trigger for that. I see.
Or in some cases where I get a message from Phoenix, and Phoenix goes, I think they've watched you play a few times because I see a lot of how you play in them. I'm like, oh,
yeah, that's what happened with Dane. Like, I saw the clear in 1.5 and I was like, that just looks like Asuka.
That's Asuka's run. And I'll also chat. What's actually really fun about Nex is it's available on PlayStation and Steam, and the times are relatively comparable whether you're on console or on PC. Like Phoenix plays on PC, I play on PS5, and they both work. It's not cross-compatible for co-op. It's pretty much in-person co-op only because lag. But I'm just gonna hush and go probably to the most hilariously boss melting fight in the game, which is Yeti Kong. The laser it's basically weak spot. You can see Phoenix just right up in Yeti Kong's face doing those triple dashes and getting so much damage in. And just again,
oh wow, that was a bad fight.
Still, yeah, general rule of thumb, pink is bad, purple is you just can't get through it. So still 341, awesome time on that, by the way.
Okay, so the reason why you pick laser there, by the way, is because the boss's hitbox is way too big, so he just takes multiple times damage from the laser. That's also kind of a reference to Smash TV with the Mutant Man boss, which you will see afterwards.
Yeah.
So this wall behind that wave is evil. You heard like a very hollow sound twice. That is me hitting an arcade cabinet. An arcade cabinet is a bonus stage that we do not want to open because otherwise we get forced into a bonus level.
You can see the arcade cabinet right up there on the upper left. That's what they look like, and they tend to be very cheeky with where they're hiding.
Yeah, so in some cases there are shots where it looks like it would be more optimal if I chose like a different angle with my power shot, but I am actively avoiding the arcade cabinet, which is why sometimes it looks like I'm doing like a less optimal shot. But
Or you could be like me and think it's in one spot and it's actually on the other side of the hallway. I'd be very confused why you keep hitting it.
I like this room a lot. This is kind of like a little dance with the laser. It tracks you, but it doesn't like instantly chase you. It swirls a bit.
And in higher difficulties, it chases you faster, basically.
In this room, you gotta kill the squid-looking enemy above the lava to make the next wave spawn, and I just line up my shots in a way that it takes out most of the wave, plus the squid, so the next wave instantly spawns, so there's as little downtime as possible. Speaking of downtime, this one, that last crawler spawn there, is a timed spawn, so there was no way to speed it up there, which is why you saw me run around in circles.
I think that's kind of become the universal thing when you're right there. You just spin in circles because you have nothing else to do.
Another trigger location. If I head to the left here, oh my god, the slam dunk bro straight to dunk me. If I head to the left, everything spawns simultaneous with everything on the right, so I can take out the left. At that point, everything on the right spawned, and then you get that fat power shot off that just clears everything in effectively 1 to 2 hits.
Nice. I think while you're setting up for the Hectron for the next boss, Phoenix, have you mentioned the uniqueness with experienced and up, like experienced veteran versus rookie? Because we can talk about that in the next one.
I didn't even mention that this was run by Pip in 2019 on SGDQ.
This is 2 difficulties above that, but there is a subtle, well, not so subtle difference between experienced and up, so including veteran, that we'll talk about later.
Ooh,
but for right now,
that I made a stupid mistake there, and now I have to do this without a shield. That's going to be fun.
That is, Hectron is very, very scary. I've actually just learned that you can kind of, he tells where he's going to dash next, but doesn't make it any less terrifying. But right now,
you also
Phoenix
lose damage if you don't have a shield.
Oh, that's true. Actually, when if you look at Phoenix's shots, he'll be shooting off a salvo of 3 shots. When he's fully powered up, he gets a salvo of 5 shots around. So And you can tell when a next power-up is going to drop in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. There's a bar that slowly fills up over time. Once that bar fills up, a power-up drops.
Oh, cool. Worst cycle.
Yes! This is the kind of luck we love here.
There was another thing to mention on Heltron. You saw me walk into his attack and I didn't die. That's because once a boss transitions into their next phase, their previous attacks lose all their hitboxes for whatever reason.
Nice.
Which is why I repositioned myself into effectively his attack, so I pretty much didn't have to worry about the attack being in a different spot. And also not getting confused with like which one is the active hitbox.
Actually, while Phoenix is doing this, I'll mention, so we've kind of alluded to the fact that there is something special about playing this at harder difficulties. When this was originally played at GDQ by Piptune, there were only 5 worlds, and this is World 4 already. Well, once you get up to experienced and up, so including veteran difficulty, there is actually 6 worlds. The space station becomes a playable world once you complete World 5. On top of that, if you're able to get through the entirety of the 6 worlds with a 1cc, and for those who don't know what 1cc is, that's 1 credit clear, basically not game overing, you get a bonus boss fight. Now, for the sake of timing, from a speedrun sense, we actually don't consider that bonus boss fight as part of the timing for the game, because at that point you would just kind of like game over instantly, so you don't have to deal with the bonus boss fight. But Phoenix is fantastic at this game, and we are showing it off for swag purposes, because that is a really heckin' cool fight. We'll see that later.
In general, because of hecking cool, this world in general is pretty cool. This world just has this really, really nice flow to it.
Mm-hmm. And it has the best boss.
The transitions are really short if you position yourself correctly. The levels line up really nicely. There's just very, very little downtime. I love this into this room. This is such a cool clear.
I have such a hard time dashing to that one underneath. I don't know why, other than hitboxes are questionable. Ooh, that was clean.
Also, the supply drops that you saw there, they are terrible. Their hitbox is absolute nonsense.
Agreed. This is actually the only room that you get the power up before the boss room, correct?
Yes. Because it makes the clear of the boss arena a bit easier.
So yeah, we are going into the boss of World 4, which is my favorite boss, called Enforcer Prime, or E Prime, once Phoenix clears these ads.
This is also the hardest boss to speedrun.
Yes, casually this boss is easy. From a speedrun standpoint, I'm gonna shut up because this boss is hard. And Phoenix is just gonna stunt on it.
Didn't get
there it is.
dash cooldowns.
Yeah, you're good.
So there's like a visual cue that I'm aiming at here to make my rockets not miss. When he's in the diagonal spot, he's way easier to hit if he's in the middle.
Nice.
Ah, wow, I aimed too high.
Phoenix, you're aiming like me. That was still clean, though.
To be fair, I'm not used to the controller yet.
Yeah,
I started off
Phoenix is
strong today by trying to do
your controller.
one last commentated run, and like halfway through, the shoulder button broke.
Oh no. To answer a question, chat, with what's the difference between rookie and moving up to harder difficulties? The enemies spawn faster, they move faster, There's a few different enemy patterns in levels like this one. In this world, you'll see a slightly different enemy pattern.
What? Wow. I
Nobody's-
somehow didn't hit the cannon.
I kind of am impressed. Out of love. I'm impressed out of love. Really? You're not getting that extra
did
life?
not hit the cannon. Wow.
What?
I guess my deathless streak is over now.
Rip.
Thank God.
Rip. But yeah, things are just generally really, really fast, and they get faster in higher difficulties. Ironically, in the higher the difficulty, even with the extra world, the times are faster. It's just
in terms
because
of
everything's faster.
the worlds, they are actually faster, but because there's an extra world, the run still ends up being a bit slower. But actually not that much.
Maybe like a minute or two, not much.
Yeah, veteran first place is around a minute slower than the rookie first place at this point.
And like you'll notice, like again, the loading time for the enemies to spawn in, it is just again, everything's faster. And it might seem like there's so much going on and it's so hard to pay attention to. It's like any game, especially any shmup, it just takes practice. You start getting accustomed to what you're looking at, where things are spawning, so you don't have to focus as much on the enemies, but just where they're going to be. And yeah, it's a fun little shmup. Like this is actually a room where the pattern's different on higher difficulties. So there's a lot more enemies that spawn in the second half.
I still can't believe that I got through like shieldless Heltron, no hit Enforcer, and then I die in a way I've never died to because I missed a cannon that I have never missed before.
Wait, Phoenix, you have to say the thing.
That didn't happen before.
Yeah. That's the thing. I'm so proud of you, Phoenix. He's never going to speak to me again after this.
I don't still speak to you.
Again, chat, this is what happens when friends let friends on their Hotfix shows. I will taunt him incessantly about dying to that purple laser out of love. Also, I just want you to know Rip in chat is laughing. Laughing, we're going to say laughing with you. A part of Phoenix died this day.
Nah, it's all good.
Like, I will say, from someone I like, Phoenix is above and beyond just amazing at this game. I can barely speak when I'm doing this on experience. The fact that you're actually having a conversation with me as I'm giving you heck on veteran. Woo.
How did that enemy get stuck to the left there? That's also something I've not seen before.
I don't know. All right, so this boss is actually, if you were playing on Rookie, this would be the final boss. This is not the final boss. We still have another world to go after this. But yeah, to answer your question, chat, for how you know what's going on with this game, like a lot of shmups, there are a lot of things going on. But it's like anything, you get used to playing it, you start getting accustomed to what you're seeing, and it gets a lot more easier to focus on everything. And eventually you're just vibing out to the game, and it's so much fun.
Yeah, that's like sometimes why I regret not having a cam for this, because World 4 always looks pretty funny. What? Okay. Dash cooldown. Dash cooldowns.
It's fine or something. Yeah.
I even delayed it, it was still too quick.
Sorry, you're too good, Phoenix. How dare.
Also, the flashing in this space particular is really bad. I apologize.
Thankfully,
Really?
it is. Oh, what? A pixel of help left. What?
Yeah. That's why I dashed in.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
Oh my goodness.
To be fair, that boss is pretty tough. At least I got the shield for this.
True. So yeah,
Because I died in the previous room.
Yes. So this is the final world. We mentioned earlier about secret levels and there's arcade cabinets. There is one specific level that it is probably the biggest troll in video game history. There is this enemy, this giant squid-looking thing that's just sitting there saying, "Here, you want to shoot me. Trust me, you want to shoot me right now. If you do that, you go into a bonus level that's how many minutes long? Like
In this 1.5.
yeah.
If you do it perfect.
If you do it. Don't do it. Just don't. You'll see the enemy. It is a very obvious enemy. It's bait. Don't take it.
Yeah, it's a 6-in-1 bonus stage.
And it believe you me, you will take it at least one point, and you'll just be like, well, this is my life for now on.
That was an interesting disruptor.
And again, as a reminder, pink is okay to dash through. That wild purple-looking laser, you cannot dash that. Yeah, that squid right there. Do not shoot upwards. Sadness will happen if you shoot up. And then you just kind of sigh.
There's another bait like that.
Wait, what? Have I just gotten lucky and missed it?
In like 2 stages, there's another bait.
Oh yeah, the guy on the left.
Yeah, there's an enemy that spawns right in front of the secret level, and it's a large one.
Mm-hmm.
So you have this guy in the middle, that one's fine, and that guy on the left that spawned that I dashed into. There's like a secret level right behind him too.
I had a heart attack when you dashed into that. Just now.
Dashes don't deal damage to arcade cabins.
Good to know. But yeah, this is just a fun level or just a fun world altogether.
Yeah, this is kind of like World 4. The flow of the levels is just really nice. Like in this one, you have to kill the crawler wave to make the next wave spawn. If you do it just right, the room just lines up very nicely like that.
That I am jealous of how clean you make that look.
That is an enemy that needs to die for the next wave.
And for the record, when it comes to if you're interested in learning Next Machina, Phoenix is a fantastic teacher. And he loves, he sees people running this, and he's willing to help out. So, always reach out or just play, and he'll come out of the woodworks. Now, again, for timing purposes, this is the final boss. So time will be when Phoenix kills the Supreme AI, but since Phoenix is, awesome and was going to 1cc this fight, we get to see the bonus fight, which you will see the name of her once we get there.
I'm not used to him being there.
Yeah, that's a weird
I screwed
spot.
something up. No, I'm just used to shooting from the other side.
Gotcha. Ooh. All right, so this is the final phase of Supreme AI.
Oh, wow. Okay. I still get a sheet.
That's
so
time?
No.
Oh, right.
No, it's time.
Now it's time. I forget, it's after the explosion. So, again, Phoenix 1cc'd this. Now we get to see the
boss
true
is
final
called,
boss.
like the name of the game.
The final boss is roll credits. And this is where Phoenix gets to quite literally stunt on Tech God. But this is a hard fight, so I'll let Phoenix focus.
Yeah, and it's even harder if you're not used to your controller.
You're fine. You're fine. You got this.
There's another nice showcase of like how much damage the dash explosion deals to bosses, because that's the majority of the damage that I'm dealing here.
Oh, that's the manip.
Yeah.
Nice. Absolutely nice. So what Phoenix did right there is manipulated the phase to lock it in place. There's those 4 skulls, and if he took out 3 of them, Nex can't move on to the next phase of damage. So she just kind of sits there and does the same thing over and over again, and Phoenix just literally stunts on her. But yeah, that was amazing, Phoenix.
Minus the World 5.
You know, I wasn't gonna bring that up, but now that you mention it,
I mean, I have my splits running. I see like how much time I lost in World 5.
I will say what as mentioned in chat, hashtag greetings from German efficiency. So first off, banger end song or end credit song by Housemark. But I think we have time to show off a certain World 1 difficulty upgrade that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
If you'd like to introduce it.
Yeah. So I mentioned before that Master pretty much changes the rules of the game a bit. Why not show it in action on the first world? This is probably also the best showcase for it, because they also figured out that Beamtron's not going to cut it the way he is for Master. So
I love how it says "suffer well."
Yeah. There's technically an even higher difficulty than this. This is, if I do master runs, what I call the warm-up rounds.
Jealous. But yeah, what would you say this would be, about like 5 minutes? If that?
5 minutes at max. I hope I can finish it.
All right. Worst comes worst, you all get to see the difference between veteran and the rules go out the window master difficulty.
Do I need to time this? Just that I know that
go
I
whenever.
need to do a countdown or whatever. Okay, I can just start. Okay. So yeah, as I said, enemies now have revenge bullets. They track the position your character was standing in when that enemy died.
And those are not tiny.
Yeah. They are thankfully a bit slower, but they have more range than the ones that are in a certain secret difficulty.
Yep. Good old hero difficulty. Yeah, this is the true test, and Housemark in a lot of its previous games, Resogun, which is another shmup, they in master mode you get those revenge bullets. Now, the secret difficulty hero is you have to be able to do all the worlds with these revenge bullets and 1cc the game. Does that include beat Nex as well?
Yes. You have to get through Nex to get to hero.
But yeah, you have to, once you do that, you get hero difficulty. Well, if you die during hero difficulty, you don't get to just start hero difficulty again. You have to complete master again to get to hero.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
You're fine. Yeah, this difficulty is not for the faint of heart. Nice triple. You can see how just by adding those bullets, everything just becomes so much more chaotic. And you have to move. You have to constantly move. And even
yeah, especially if the game no longer works, code activates.
True. So true. It's like you even have to kind of change your whole strategy for fighting.
Yeah, that's why I say
enemies.
That's why I say veteran is the highest difficulty before the game changes its rules, because you just cannot play as aggressive in some instances.
And to answer question, chat, on higher difficulties, you do not start with all 5 lives. You start with fewer lives, and you have to pick up extra lives as you progress through the levels. So it gets even more chaotic.
So, because I mentioned Beamtron, they decided the boss is just not going to cut it the way it is because it's stationary and its attacks are not really threatening or anything. So they were like, what if we add like a couple million bullets to his fight?
Yep. Yeah.
Although this is like one of the worst rooms on this difficulty.
God, you're
because
right.
all those enemies just bounce around randomly. That is bad.
It's fine, TM. Maybe.
I'm also going to use the rocket launcher here instead of the sword because, oh boy.
Ooh, nice.
I'm not joking when I said they added a couple of million bullets to this fight. You'll see. He's about to spawn.
Oh no, you got it. You got it. No. Just no. Is there even a pattern to this?
No, it tries to shoot the barrage towards your character. But that's about it. The spread is random. And that is even more ridiculous on Hero.
That was amazing to show up. Straight up. That, oh my gosh, that was GG's again, Phoenix.
What? We got the single word back. Nice.
Awkward. Awkward turtle. But yes, GG's good sir. And I am so glad to finally drag you on here to show off a game that you are absolutely amazing at. Yeah, any other like mentions or things or like, I know you we need Phoenix back for hero attempt. Again, greetings from Germany hours. It's like 4 a.m. for him. So
Yeah,
we'll be nice to
it's
our
almost
client.
4:20.
Yeah.
It's 4:17.
So Phoenix, where can they find you? What do you play? Talk about how awesome you are.
You can find me on Twitch under a shiny black phoenix. I'm mostly streaming Yu-Gi-Oh speedruns at this point. I sometimes still throw this in if I feel like it, but for the most part at this point it's Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, like I said, if you want to pick up this game, definitely reach out to, like, there's a lot of Next Machina players in chat right now, and Phoenix is such a good help, so knowledgeable on this game, and I'm dead serious. Phoenix taught me this game, and I can't thank him enough. So everybody give GG's one more time to Phoenix. And Phoenix, I platonically love you, hearts. But yeah, thank you for being on here, having all the fun. And before we go to break, I just wanted to remind you, friends at home, two quick things: that your subs, your Prime Gaming subs, your gift subs, and your bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick, Hotfix, and shows like Express Lane. If you enjoy watching these speedruns, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. And also, while we're on break, you should actually head over to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix in a separate tab, of course, if you want some more info on our weekly shows and our weekend specials that are coming up. But with that, we are going to take a hydration break. Everybody in chat, tell Phoenix to go to bed. He needs his sleep. And we will be back with, well, one of the games that was a love letter that Next Machina did, or whatnot. I don't know, words. It's going to be some Super Smash